Today, our own technology sometimes does not seem like it comes from this star. But how must it have been for the archaeologists and researchers who found these thousands of years old artifacts and could make absolutely no sense of how they were made and brought to their place of discovery? What explanations are there for these 10 ancient technologies that should not have existed in prehistoric times? Are you fascinated by mysterious things and archaeological discoveries? Then give us a thumbs up, subscribe to Hidden Worlds, and join us on our journey. Mysterious megaliths in the park of ASUKA. Extremely unusual structures were discovered early on in ASUKA, Japan. For centuries, huge megaliths have been on display there, whose exact purpose is still unclear and mysterious. Researchers are of the opinion that these are ancient sacrificial altars. This is also supported by the ritual patterns carved on the stone surface. The most interesting megalith is Sakufune Ishi, which has mysterious traces of adhesion on its surface, which led archaeologists to the sacrificial stone theory. This one measures 11 by 8 by 4.7 meters and appears to be carved from just one piece of granite. It weighs 7 tons and is more than 2,500 years old. What is mysterious about it is that even with the most modern equipment, it's very difficult to make even small scratches on the surface. So how was it possible to carve the religious signs and patterns thousands of years ago? Ancient nanostructures not of this world. UPART, an English synonym for out-of-place artifact, is a term applied to dozens of prehistoric objects found at various sites around the world, providing evidence of technological advances that don't actually fit the time. Often frustrating conventional scientists, UPARTs captivate adventurous researchers open to alternative theories. In 1991, artifacts on the bank of Russia's Kozym, Narada, and Balbanyu rivers sparked a debate that continues to this day. These mysterious miniature structures suggest that 300,000 years ago there was a culture that had mastered nanotechnology. The strange objects were discovered during geological surveys for gold mining in the Urals. Among them are coils, spirals, waves, and other parts whose purpose is unknown. The largest pieces found were made mainly of copper, while the smallest are made of tungsten and molybdenum. The largest object measures 1.18 inches, while the smallest is only 1/10,000th of an inch. Their shape suggests that they are man-made and not naturally occurring metal fragments, although some have claimed that these tiny structures are just debris from test rockets fired from the nearby Plesetsk space station. A report by the Moscow Institute found that they are far too old to be from modern manufacturing. But this is contradicted by the finding depth of 10 to 40 feet in rock, up to 318,000 years old. But how is this possible? Ancient megalithic stones in Baalbek, Lebanon. Baalbek is the name of an archaeological site in Lebanon. In Roman times, it was known as Heliopolis, or City of the Sun. An indication of how old the site is the temple of Baal Jupiter, a hybrid deity of the ancient Canaanite god Baal and the Roman god Jupiter. The oldest part of the ruins of Baalbek did not fit any known culture and does not allow any conclusions about their origin, while the more recent structures are clearly those of the Canaanites and Romans. The famous Stone of the South is still waiting to be transported from the nearby quarry. Weighing 1,200 tons, it was long considered the largest cut stone in the world until recent excavations brought to light a stone weighing 1,500 tons. Today, there are cranes that can lift such a stone, but they cannot move the stone at the same time. Wooden rollers have been used for this purpose in prehistoric times. Moreover, the stones are made of solid granite, which is difficult to cut. The 12-angled stone. This geometric achievement is proof of the fascinating architectural skills of the Incas. Examples of it can be found all over South America, but there is no example that better showcases this masterful craftsmanship than the 12-angled stone in downtown Cusco. Made of green diorite, the 12-angled stone is part of the Lienzo Petrio Wall, an inward-sloping wall surrounding the now-demolished palace of Hatun Rumiok. Consisting of several massive stone blocks, the wall was built without mortar or binder. Each block was cut to fit perfectly with every other surrounding block, requiring meticulous care and attention to detail. In fact, the wall's joints are so precisely shaped that even today, hundreds of years after its construction, not even a piece of paper can fit between the wall blocks. Mysterious ancient maps on a stone tablet, DASHKA maps. According to Russian experts, the map of the creator is 120 million years old and shows the Ural Mountains. Other maps from the find include a series of civil engineering projects as well as about 12,000 kilometers of canals, dams, and hieroglyphs of unknown origin. The maps, however, are not made of paper or parchment, but of stone tablets, which already astonished researchers in 1999. While some consider them implausible, Russian researchers estimate that these stone tablets are about 120 million years old. Moreover, experts believe that the maps were created from the air because of their accuracy. The mystery of 24 black boxes. Near the Egyptian pyramids of Giza, 24 black boxes were discovered, weighing more than 100 tons and made of solid Aswan granite. Their dimensions were precisely designed according to the applicable tolerances, which would already be considered remarkable today. But how did the ancient Egyptians build the 24 strange-looking coffin-shaped black ashlars found in the hillside cave system, 12 miles south of the Great Pyramid of Giza? And more importantly, why? The skill involved in cutting the stone, accurate to within a few microns, is so remarkable that some experts have concluded that they were not built for Egyptian pharaohs, but were in fact left on Earth by an alien race and simply taken over by the pharaohs. The actual purpose and function of the boxes remain unclear, but they were significant because they were cut so precisely that they remained airtight for many millennia. The mysterious land terraces of the Incas. One of the most beautiful Inca ruins is located at Moray, an archaeological site in Peru, about 50 kilometers northwest of Cusco and west of the village of Maras. In a large bowl-like depression is a series of concentric terraces that look like an ancient Greek amphitheater. The largest of these terraces is in the center. They are enormous and reach a depth of about 150 meters. This results in a circular floor that is so well drained that it never floods completely, no matter how heavy the rain. The concentric terraces are divided by several staircases that extend upwards like spokes on a wheel, allowing people to walk from top to bottom. 6 more terraces in linked ellipses rather than perfect circles surround the concentric heart of Moray, and 8 terrace steps covering only a fraction of the circumference overlook the terraces. The purpose of these terraces is uncertain, but the most widely accepted theory is that they served as an agricultural research station. One of the most remarkable features of the site is the enormous difference in temperature between the upper and lower areas, which can be as much as 15 degrees Celsius. This temperature difference created a microclimate similar to that achieved in greenhouses, which may have been used by the Incas to study the effects of different climate conditions on crops. Another mystery is how the water flowing from the aqueducts was drained. The lowest level is perfectly drained and never floods, even after heavy rains. It's suspected that underground channels were integrated into the ground to allow the water to drain away. In addition, it has been proven that the ground is above a very porous natural rock formation that allows water to filter towards the interior of the earth. The city built on coral reefs. Nan Madol is located near the southern side of Micronesia. It's the only ancient city ever built on coral reef and is smaller than New York City. The imposing yet graceful ruins are made of stones and columns so heavy that it's unclear how they were built and transported there. Apart from their elegance, there are no carvings, no art, nothing except a legend commemorating the people called Sordalo who ruled the island for more than a millennium. They were deeply religious, and modern Pompeians regard the ruins as a sacred and frightening place where spirits live. Today, this mysterious city is also called Venice of the Pacific. Plain of Glasses. The Plain of Glasses is the name given to a group of fields containing thousands of sandstone jars that were carved out of rock thousands of years ago. The sites are located near the town of Phonsavan in Xiangkhouang province in northeastern Laos. While some contain only a few jars, others contain hundreds, many of which are broken or have fallen over. The jars are believed to be about 2,000 years old. They are up to 3 meters high and weigh up to several tons. Their purpose is mysterious. Archaeologists believe they were used as urns in burial rituals. In the 1930s, glass beads and burnt bones and teeth were found inside. Around the jars, archaeologists found grave goods and bones. The jars were probably originally sealed with lids. Building the pyramids. Built to last an eternity, the pyramids of Giza did just that. The monumental tombs are relics from the time of the Old Kingdom in Egypt and were built about 4,500 years ago. Egypt's pharaohs were to become gods in the afterlife. To prepare for the next world, they built temples for the gods and massive pyramid tombs for themselves. Pharaoh Khufu commissioned the first pyramid project at Giza around 2550 BC. His Great Pyramid is the largest at Giza and towers some 147 meters above the plateau. The estimated 2.3 million stone blocks weigh an average of 2.5 to 15 tons and were moved without wheeled carts. This feat of construction using pure human labor without mechanical aids is still considered an impossible feat of strength today. What do you think about these mysterious structures? Could mankind be responsible for their construction, or were they built by aliens who were technologically advanced? Write your opinion below in the comments, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you soon.